Decorate a moonlit sleigh with me. Grab your scribe or your edible pen, and we're just going to create a small little hill and then a large circular moon shape up in the sky. Once you have that, if you used your scribe, make sure you dust off your cookie, and then you're going to grab your navy blue royal icing and you're going to outline above that little hill that we drew on the bottom all the way around the cookie. And you can do this, I just do this one time, but you can go over it 2 or 3 times to have a very solid edge. And if at any point you feel like your line broke or you didn't get quite as far to the edge as you want to, then you can come back and just go over those lines again. And then once you've outlined the outside of your cookie, you want to outline your moon shape. We are outlining everything that is going to be filled in with blue, which is a little confusing because we outlined the moon and the moon's going to be white, but surrounding the moon is going to be blue. So once you have that outline, come in again with your navy blue royal icing and you're going to fill in your outline. I like to start around the moon. When you see cookie decorating online, you'll often see people doing it in a very patterned way, but when you decorate cookies at home, you will know that it does not happen in a patterned way. However you can get that icing on the cookie is how you get the icing on the cookie. The main thing you want to focus on is staying within your lines and making sure that you have a consistent amount of icing being added to that cookie. And then you want to come in with your scribe, and anywhere where your icing did not naturally flow, you want to make sure you fill in those sections. So I often have a lot of sections around my outside line, and then I also had some sections around the moon, and all of that is completely normal. The scribe also allows you to just even out your amount of icing. You might have thought, oh, I don't want to put too much icing on the outside of that moon. It's a very small area. Your scribe can help move the icing where you need it to. Same with shaking your cookie, which I like to do by stabbing my cookie and then shaking it with my scribe. Next, you're going to fill in the moon, and I typically say you should outline your shape before you fill it in. I don't know why I break my own rules sometimes, but instead I just pressure piped this area in, which means that instead of just letting the icing naturally flow out of my piping bag like I'm doing for the outlining of the lower section, you can see my piping bag is not touching this cookie until the beginning and the end. It is just letting the icing flow out of it. Pressure piping is you're forcing a lot more icing out of it at one time. So that's what I'm doing when I'm filling in my outline, is pressure piping, more like I'm filling that outline. But when I'm outlining, I'm often letting the icing flow. Once your cookie has crusted over, once it has dried slightly, matted slightly, not as shiny as when you first piped it, we're going to pipe on some trees. And so we're not doing big triangles. We're kind of doing triangle-shaped lines, and then a line down, triangle-shaped lines, and then a line down. I recommend doing 3. That's what I did for all of my cookies, and you can do them any way that makes sense to your eye, and then you're going to let your cookie fully dry. While you're doing that, you're going to come over to your template and use your fine-tipped edible pen and a piece of parchment paper, or if you have a tea bag or a coffee filter, place it over your template and you're just going to outline it. You do not need to fill in the Santa silhouette, the sleigh silhouette. You can just outline it. You do want to use a fine tip pen so that you can really get the details of this outline. That is something that I definitely struggled with. If I used one of my other edible pens that have a more felt tip end, it would bleed a little bit too much and I would lose some of the details, specifically on the antlers of my reindeer and the legs of my reindeer, and then the lines that go between them. But I will say fine tip edible pens seem to dry out really quickly. I have already burned through one and I used it like twice. I don't know why they dry out so quickly. So one thing I did was I had a little bit of vodka or food extract, so like a vanilla extract, a really high alcohol one, or a lemon extract, and I put the tip of my pen in that extract for a little bit, hoping that it would kind of re-wet the ink that I had in it, and it did kind of work. It wasn't super helpful for a long time, but it did help pull some more of that ink out and I was able to use it. But I do recommend having two markers with you, two edible markers for this one, a fine tip and something that's a little bit more of a felt tip. And then you can see I have that outline on my fully dry cookie. If your cookie is not fully dry, this will not work. I'm going to take that same exact template, place it on my cookie, and hold it very firmly in place. I hold it very firmly in place because I sometimes like to check, especially because my marker felt like it was completely drying out and my lines weren't going through. I like to check if I can see it showing up. And if I can, I don't want my template to move. I want it to stay still. So you definitely want to hold onto it firmly. The other thing is if your cookie is not fully dry, holding it firmly means that this piece of tissue paper is going to stick to your cookie and your fingers will go into it, but also your fine tip pen is going to break right through because it's a fine tip. But you're going to just draw right over that template that you drew over that tape, that tracing that you drew over one time, and it's going to transfer this design onto your cookie and give you a really good outline. This is a great trick if you want to write onto a cookie but you don't have a projector. You can use this same exact trick where you're outlining something, you're tracing something on another piece of paper using parchment paper. Not parchment, I keep saying parchment, using tissue paper. You can also use coffee filters or tea bags, but I found those bleed a little bit more. And I am having issues with my fine tip pen, so I actually just dipped it in some of that alcohol so it would help with the ink transfer. But if you're using a fresh tipped fine tip pen, then you shouldn't have this issue. You should just have to go over it one time and you'll see it transfer really nicely. Now it will be faint, but we want it to be faint because we're going to fill this in. We don't want it to be bleeding and look like kind of a black smudge on our cookie. If you felt really brave, instead of using an edible pen to just draw over this tracing right there, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just coming in with my felt tip pen to just go over this tracing and fill it in so it's a silhouette over the moon. But if you felt really brave, you could come in with your black icing. I would probably re-bag it, put it in a new bag so I could cut a fine tip point on that bag, fine tip hole, so you could pipe over all of this. I definitely think you are capable of doing it and it is worth trying, but if you feel like that's a little bit too much effort, you have shaky hands, I totally have shaky hands, or you have bad eyesight, I also have bad eyesight, then you can just go over your tracing with this edible pen and it'll look great. The key with so many things when it comes to cookie decorating is to just go slow and have some patience with it so that you can keep all of these shapes. One thing I find when I have to draw like this is I'm really impatient and I kind of mess up the lines, but it all ends up working out in the end because cookie decorating is relatively forgiving, and even when it's not, it's just a cookie and you can just eat it, so it's fine. But like that right there, the bottom of my sleigh isn't supposed to be that shape, and it's okay. This is a silhouette. We don't need to take life so seriously with this. Another thing I noticed with my edible pen is I wanted to go over it again after it had dried one time to just make sure that it was very black and even across the whole thing. And it dries very, very quickly. So I was able to just fill everything in and then kind of immediately go back to that first reindeer and be like, did I fill everything in? Are there any spots shining through? And there is your Moonlit Sleigh cookie. This is completely optional, but you can come in with some luster dust. This will add a gold, silver, or copper sheen. I'm using gold here, and I'm going to mix it with some vodka until it runs really smooth. I have some vodka in that other cup right there. I don't have a great way of mixing it into the luster dust without kind of over diluting it. But once it's smooth, what I'm going to do is load up my brush and tap it against my finger or tap my finger against the brush to get a splatter effect across this moonlit silhouette cookie, just to add a little bit of fun extra detail to it. Download the full free guide to decorate your own North Pole cookie set.